It's not going well for me. We started here, and the time it took me to go around this loop to here, I lost 2 of my heroes. There's a lot more map left. God damn, man. Alright. I imagine with these kinds of choices having such severe consequences, I imagine that different playthroughs must be really different in what cast is around at the end. Still, there's been questions. There was decisions in the past, especially with the Scoia'tael, where things were so gray that I did kind of consider, to some extent, like, will this make me lose a character potentially if I make the wrong choice? And that was a concern at times. But in that decision, the idea of executing the dragon when finding out what happened, that was a pretty easy decision to not make. Ideas. Langscow, the lens that makes an object's, oops, typo, appear more distant. Spud scope, a subterranean periscope used in potato cultivation. Double gaff, a 2-sided fork. Hippon nixolia, snowshoes for horses. Can also be used as rackets. Cluck-clucks, booties for chickens. Lumiam, a lamp derived from fluorescent tubers. Somebody was thinking of inventions. More wood. I need like, what, 2,500? It's gonna be a while. Is this a dead end down here? Yeah, let's take a look.
Meve squinted, the better to see the scene. Several dozen dwarves had gathered on the cliff overlooking the chasm. All were turned towards a ramp, at the peak of which stood a barrel.
What is that gathering about?
Asked the queen.
Have we a feast day?
Nay,
Answered Gabor grimly.
'tis an execution.
A hairy head peeked out of the barrel. The long, pointy nose and ears left no doubt that it belonged to a gnome. The first Meve had ever seen in her life.
Help! Save me!
The gnome yelled.
They aim to kill me! Cast me in the chasm!
Shut your maw!
Barked the dwarf standing next to him, who then shoved the gnome inside the barrel and covered it with a lid.
Your crimes! The sheer weight of him, hey? No lighter punishment is fitting.
The other gathered dwarves nodded approvingly. 2 gripped the barrel, lay it on its side, then lifted it to cast in the chasm, paying the thumping from inside it no heed. Meve leapt from her horse, and ignoring Gabor's objections, scrambled up the ramp.
Oi! You're not allowed! Hey, damn it! What do you think you're doing?
I think it's obvious. Preventing the execution.
Thanks be to the gods!
Whoa, wench, you've no such right. Judgment's been handed down. Sentencing's done.
Yes, and a cruel sentence it is. One that prompts me to wonder what the accused did to deserve it.
Better if they ask what he didn't do, the varmint. Arrived here with his peddler's wagon full of tricks and gadgets. Went from house to house, praised his rubbish to the high heavens, and what's it he sold us? Bombs that go off in your hand. Beard growth formula that makes your hair catch fire. Music boxes for the kiddies. Once cranked, they never plough in stop.
You needed but to loosen the screw in the back and...
Shut your maw, ye roaster. Doesn't it matter all that? 'Cause we'd have forgiven it if he hadn't broken our sacred rules and hallowed customs.
Which ones, if you don't mind me asking?
Enter the smithy, cap on his head, held nails tween his teeth, and poured fruit syrup in his beer. Raspberry. Blech.
Just the once, and but a few drops.
You got nothing to explain your villainy, scoundrel. Not a thing. And that's not even the worst. Saved his highest crime for the end. He was in a mine, and he whistled.
Aye, that's bad. Shouldn't have done that.
Aye, he did. Whistled through his teeth and hummed in harmony a long warble. We all heard it up and down the shaft, and our grand elders were clear. Death's the punishment. Death by barrel roll.
What the fuck? Why? Okay. Okay. So just so we're clear, we're somebody's getting the death penalty for not killing anyone and not necessarily being violent. I mean, the hair being on fire is pretty questionable, but generally not necessarily violent. I'm guessing that he's the guy whose note we saw earlier, which was a bunch of inventions. And so he probably has a bunch of shitty inventions that failed and aren't working. Like, he's all being excited and having these cool ideas, and then none of them are panning out. And they're all breaking and not working correctly and so on. And so it's getting him in trouble. And then he's just having a misunderstanding of, you know, the wrong interactions in this culture, and that they take very seriously. It definitely reminds me of the episode of Star Trek where Wesley steps on the grass, and the penalty for stepping on the grass is death, which is a real episode. It's that kind of thing where it's like, you whistled in the mine? And I'm like, what? What? The punishment's cruel and unusual and not commensurate with the crime. Can you recite the exact stricture he broke, or may I buy his freedom?
Wait 1 minute. What exactly does the Four Dwarfs Codex say? Which stricture did he violate?
What did... How's it a wench and a human one to boot know about the code?
Do female dwarves not know?
This human wench has a head, and a capacious one. Well, have you an answer?
The code says thus. 'Tis a crime most grievous to whistle in a mine. Any dwarf committing the cock-up shall be placed in a barrel at once. Said barrel then to be rolled down a mountain.
Any dwarf. The situation's clear. If my senses do not deceive, the accused is a gnome.
Aye, but the code's not to be taken literal like. It's to be interpreted. What the ancient elders had in their heads, why, that's got to be divined.
Nothing to be divined here. You got to be a dwarf to be a dwarf, not no bloody gnome.
So, am I, meaning I'm free to go?
Perchance we ought to let the Elder-in-Chief rule on the matter.
Oh, aye. Oh, for we all ken how old Hoog loves being bothered with such things.
Ah, fine. Now get the hell out of that barrel and out of my sight, you hairy hamshanker.
My lady, I haven't a way to thank you.
That's not a face I was fully prepared for.
That we've yet to discuss. Perhaps first we should learn each other's names?
Aye, yes, of course. What a prat of me. Barnabas. Barnabas Beckenbauer. To friends, BB.
Meve, Queen of Lyria and Rivia.
Queen. Cows in the corn, colour me honoured. Your Majesty, obeisance due.
None necessary. Protocols for use at court, not beyond it. An inventor you deem yourself. Am I right?
Most assuredly. Though, truth be told, the dwarves saw no ingenuity in my craft. Seems I'm ahead of my time.
Fiery bursts in the palm of your hand. They shall be in fashion one day, to your mind.
Oh, nay! Just a bit of misfortune, that's all that was. You see, I mistook mercury fulminate for saltpeter. The vials stood beside each other, see, and...
The details I need not know. But one matter I am curious about. Could you construct a bomb that would explode when desired? For instance, beneath my foe's feet as they stepped over it.
Of course I can. It's simple.
Why then? You wish to show your gratitude? You must join my ranks. Assist me to defeat Nilfgaard.
Defeat Nilfgaard? Pure ambition, that is. But I'd have been a barrel of broken bones at the bottom of a ravine if not for you. I'll do what you ask to pay off my debt.
Oh, that's quite a card. Look at the goat. Oh. At first I thought he was terrified, but he actually looks kind of fierce almost. He looks terrified for sure, but that goat looks like he's like screaming almost. I mean, that's just what they do all the time, I guess. That's just a hell of a card. All right, so I got a new hero to replace my lost hero.
And thus, for the first time in Lyrian annals, a gnome enlisted with the army. And though Barnabas Beckenbauer was diminutive of body, this new recruit would prove his worth on more than one occasion.
You change your mind, lass, let me know, eh? Got the barrel ready and waiting. You change your mind.
Well, it's a good thing we came down here. You can just walk right by and the poor guy just gets thrown off a cliff. But how does your card work exactly? I'm gonna have to make space for you, aren't I? Whoa, create a trinket. Ah. That's interesting. So he's essentially... Yeah, he's essentially, I would assume he's basically a elf ear and onion soup. I don't think it's called elf ear, is it? He's basically an elf and onion soup card, but for trinkets instead of bronze cards. So yeah, spawn 1 of 3 randomly chosen cards from a specified faction from neutral cards, unless otherwise specified. Barnabas Beckenbauer. Arrived here with his peddler's wagon full of trinkets and gadgets, went from house to house, praised his rubbish to high heavens. And what is it he sold us? Bombs that go off in your hands, a beard growth formula that makes your hair catch fire. We've got to at least try it. He'll probably be fun. But I gotta make space. I've got to lose 3. So probably one of these guys. Click, click. Exactly 200. There we go.
Your Majesty, allow me once again to express my undying gratitude.
You're most welcome, Barnabas, but please, we haven't need for any formalities when speaking alone.
Well, of course. How might I help you then?
I like to know. No, I must know who I travel with. Please do tell me about yourself.
About me? I've most civil relations with dwarves, as you saw. But is there anything in particular you'd like to know?
Why not start at the beginning? Tell me where you hail from, perhaps.
Oh, right. I was born in the distant south, in Tir Tokhair. My mother was a washerwife, my father, an armourer. Soon as I'd passed 40 winters and could strike out on my own, I left the family, my native parts. So I've been on the road now about, 20-odd years.
Indeed, a rather long while. Did the south simply not suit you?
Well, I wouldn't say that exactly. It's just staying would have meant stepping into my father's shoes. Then forging blade after blade, plate after plate. Oh, just thinking on it sets my head a-spinning. Not for me, that, no. No, nature. The world's so rich in mysteries, in wonders left to discover, and ways to make it a better place.
By building bombs that explode in the hand, for instance.
As those bearded fellas say, Mahakam wasn't built in a day. Besides, nobody was seriously hurt by those malfunctions. Not many, at any rate.
At the moment, have you any invention you've worked on? One that's near complete?
Oh, so kind. Oh, wonderful, you should ask. See, I've ever had an avian fascination. For birds, you see. Their wings, bones. The structure's perfect. The aerodynamicism, the plumage. In short, I believe I can fly.
I beg your pardon?
Yes. Yes, I'm learning to fly. Fly. You've not misheard. I, Barnabas Beckenbauer, will be the first gnome... what am I saying? The first mammal to free himself of the soil's bondage and soar to the clouds.
But aren't bats also?
A detail. This is no time to be petty. No, but frankly, my preparations are far advanced, and I'm rather optimistic about my design and prospects. I've calculated every trajectory, every force. It all works out. Just need to do a few more field tests.
Did you have volunteers try it, or did you test the design yourself?
Naturally, I must stay on the ground, who take all the measurements elsewise. Luckily, there's no lack of thrill-seekers in Mahakam. Most eager to etch themselves into the annals. My first prototype, the Skylicker, I dubbed it. Oh, Your Majesty, if you'd only seen the beauty. Flew over 120 Ls.
Truly? Colour me impressed indeed. Must have made quite the name for himself, your brave volunteer. I'm certain he's caught the eye of every she-dwarf in Mahakam since.
Oh no, he's dead. The landing, it was rough. And then a bear sauntered by, didn't help any. Anyhow, as he died, the dwarf swore he regretted nothing. Brave lad. A bit daft, though.
I see. But the next time you request I try one of your inventions, I'd ask you to remind me of this touching tale. Time I attended to other matters.
Ah, yes, you're still here. Off you go, then.
It's a special kind of challenge trying to listen to that guy's dialogue without just staring at the ear hair the entire time. You can see the gaps where the characters used to be. Rayla used to be right here, and Ek used to be right here. Still, they're fitting more and more in. There's a lot of characters, actually. We have 7. Not counting that guy. 8 if you count him. We would have 10 if I hadn't lost 2. Which I guess, seeing how I lost characters up until now, no? I was gonna say that maybe you could have gotten all this far without losing a single character. But I don't know if that's true. It might be conceivable that Odo or the witch might leave if you let Rayla stay because of the sheer cruelty of what she had done. That might have especially led to the witch leaving. Although maybe you could have skipped that entire encounter and therefore not had to face the situation in the first place. But what kind of person plays like that, huh? No, they're all ahead of me. Yeah, it's just not usually that worth it to use this just because it usually just shows that I've done a perfectly good job so far at not missing anything. What do you guys have up here? Ooh. So in the past, we've been in the middle of areas that are enemy territory or my territory, but this is neither. So I'm kind of just robbing people, like openly.
Remember, if you pass a snail en route to the mine, share a wee bite with them. Never, ever whistle in the mines. Now hold on. Pour ye some hooch first. Makes for merrier marching when things get frosty. Every year more monsters crawl out for spring cleaning.
Oh, I got a free morale boost, but I already had it maxed out, I think.
The blizzard's blowing in. Your Grace, perhaps we'd best pitch camp and wait for clear weather.
Tain't a bad idea. Said we might be waiting a week.
Then we march on. We've no time to waste. While we ride to and fro begging aid, Nilfgaard grows in power. We must obtain reinforcements as quickly as possible and liberate our home.
Oh no. Is my am I gonna lose morale? Oh, there's a shrine again. Oh. Well, let's get a fight going, huh? I was a little worried we might lose morale due to the blizzard, which would be funny because I just got the boost a moment ago, which would be kind of null and void. Death from above. The dwarves of Mahakam often keep their eyes trained skyward for two reasons. First, to watch for avalanches. Second, to ensure no hungry forktails or slizzards are swooping down for a quick bite. Standard battle. A beast battle, just to rub in the fact that you just lost your beast guy. That very well might be an intentional level design choice to put those things back to back. Just to rub in the problem that you faced. Grey Rider's not bad, Slinger's not bad. Wagons can serve a purpose. Perhaps. I'd rather draw him later though, I think. What's your beast card? Oh, you're starting out on the field. Greedy Forktail, permanent resilience. Oh, we need to kill you. On round start, spawn a harpy egg on each side of this unit. Oh. After 4 turns on turn start, consume the lowest units on the battlefield, which are usually the harpy eggs. So I need to kill him. As for forktails, bait them thusly. Pound a stake in the soil, bind a goat to it, then hide ye it in near-to shrubbery post-haste. He only has 14 hit points. Attack with this and we're already 10 deep. I was gonna say do the rest, finish them off after that with my character, but I can't. But I can use you, that's 20 damage. That would basically take care of it. We'll see how it goes. Look at 5 cards from your deck, play 2, discard the rest, I think it said. What the fuck? What the fuck? Blood. Look at 5 cards from your deck and play 2, then discard the rest. A vampire delicacy, especially if the victim is thoroughly marinated in alcohol. Wow. That's the one that he played originally, which he immediately got rid of, so the concern of how his behavior works were irrelevant, because they're gone. Cool. Forktail. Consume the 3 lowest allies when being deployed. Yeah, and he did that twice. Wow. And that comboed with the harpy eggs to give him immediately a comical amount of power. I don't know, was that a mistake for him to do though? Because he had a card with permanent resilience and now that's gone. Should I even try? I'm just wondering whether I should even try to play around where I'm already losing by 50 before it even starts. I'll throw the first round to you. Unfortunately, I don't have a card advantage because we're both gonna have 10. I'm just discarding these ones, hope they're not too good. Those aren't amazing. Gascon's not amazing. That's not a huge loss. Meanwhile, he doesn't have... Worth noting, he doesn't have that much of a deck to begin with. And he's burned through. He has 11 in his graveyard already. Alright. So here we are again. There's something I want to redraw. My previous plan doesn't matter as much to some extent because I'm not going to be attacking him as directly, perhaps. So you play a trinket for my deck, the other guy creates a trinket, including trinkets that I don't even have in my deck. Huh. Gives me some mobility, I suppose. How actively do they usually attack me? Because that determines, to some extent, how much I really want to use these infantry. Although if these guys summon bowmen, then that'll be good for me. I'll probably start with this guy, though, so I can start trying to adequately attack with that. Yeah, I don't know. Let's leave this guy to potentially be drawn. Slinger, 2 of them. That can be neat. Make some big bad enemy have the power of a harpy egg, for example. That could be fun. Let's see how it goes. I think I'm going to open with the cavalry. Unless there was something else that stood out. I mean, I do kind of want to use this guy just because he'll boost people. Let's do the cavalry next turn.
Without hesitation.
Which means I don't want to use my ability quite yet. There we go. That's a nice little boost. Make it a little harder for them to keep up with me. Let's go ahead and choose what's going to be in front. Oh, that's always not bad. And you're also pretty good. That'll give me a lot more deck mobility. Yeah, let's couple him with the drummer. Going back and forth for that bonus. Move next to it and boost it by 3. I wonder if you'll follow him, even though it's not a unit to boost, but would it still move to it? Because that could affect whether or not certain plays lead to a boost or not. Oh well. I am relatively powerful, and that's a problem for them. Oh, there he goes again. Really, just like that, he's already caught up with me. Alright. I'd rather not attack the harpy if I can avoid it. Hope the drummer doesn't just get eaten immediately. The two boosts I get will help. Yeah. As one would hope. There you are. Gonna keep going back and forth. Oh, you buffed the dog instead. Okay. Let's commit before I get in trouble here. Ooh, fire. Not bad. Can backfire.
Watch your heads.
A lot of boosting happening here. Can you guys keep up with this? Oh god, another one.
Army's a waste of time for him like me. Lyria!
Gonna be attacking for 6 damage. Should I just chip away at the big guy? Huh. Because some of the damage will be wasted on this guy. At least this one will take 4 damage. I mean, they take 4 damage either way, don't they? Yeah. But this one will likely get killed by the fire over the next 2 turns. Unless they just quit. I mean, I have such a lead right now, they're probably going to pass, right? I guess we'll see. I still have to play a card. Oh, yeah, they go... It's like they know about the alchemist, so the strongest unit is always to the left, and the weakest are to the right, meaning I can't use the alchemist to actually get the effects I want. And there isn't really a power disparity amongst my units to make it worth playing yet. I'm not totally sure if I even want to... Damage them by 2, boost them by 3. It would technically be a net gain. So move here. Attack you. Then move this unit. And move this unit. We'll see how many boosts actually happen, but I think it might... Nah, he didn't bounce around and boost everyone like I thought he might. Oh well, that could have been fun if he actually... But I think he had to just pick one target and go with them. I thought he'd boost him, then they go back and forth, because that's why I was making them go back and forth on different rows. Kind of a mistake. They're all in the fire row now, though. Are you gonna pass? He's not passing. I would so expect him to pass. Damn. I'm gonna be stuck in this position where I don't really know what to do each turn because the enemy keeps not passing. I could pass. I could technically pass. But the issue there is that he probably can overtake me if he uses his entire hand. And it won't matter whether or not he could have any cards left for next round because I already lost last round, so I have to win this round or I lose the game. Goody. Let's start with this effect, I suppose. Oh, what? Well, first we'll open with a little bit of guided card drawing. Oh god, right, you're happening too. That's 9 damage. And you. Oh god.
Not supposed to be any smoke.
I'm over-investing so hard right now. Tainted Ale. Restraint. Mark a unit and boosted by 10. After 3 turns and turn start, destroy that unit and self. Huh. That beer's supposed to be green? That's an interesting idea. So you make somebody stronger, but after 3 turns they get destroyed. Not sure if I'd ever actually use that, but it probably has a context that makes it worthwhile that somebody else is already thinking of right now. Obviously, if you're planning on this round ending right now, then boosting your own unit is plenty effective, but there's less scary cards that do the same thing. But has the additional effect that you can boost an enemy and then have them die if you draw out the round long enough for them to actually finish dying. And then maybe, I guess maybe the damage boost might trick the AI into thinking that it can pass because it has a point advantage if you give it a +10. But I'd imagine the AI understands that that character is going to die in 3 turns, so I don't know. I don't know if I'd ever use that one. Whereas a bear, that's a pretty easy call to make. Although at this point, the horn gives me a pretty significant boost. That seems like the smartest thing to pick. As opposed to turning this guy into a bear, giving him a +12. No, this is a bigger bonus. That did hatch the eggs, of course, though. But it's still not much for him to work with. He's losing so significantly right now that I don't even... Like... Pass, dude! Just do it! What should I play? I have to play a card. Next turn I'm probably going to pass regardless, just because not passing would mean throwing way more cards away. I'm like, look at this disparity here. He can't fix that. Not now. Should I just go with the Alchemist? I mean, if I attack with Zigrin, then I get to extra guarantee that he can't successfully fight back. Although you might be a better card for that. Yeah. Please give up. Pass. Please pass. I have to pass. There's no... I can't keep going. Like, surely he can't overtake me. Oh, then he passed. Okay. There we go. Nice extra healthy cards. That's his entire deck. He's all out of deck. Alright. So I could swap something out. 2 Alchemists is probably overkill, especially since using it offensively usually isn't usually an opportunity as much as I'd like it to be. Ooh, Bomber. Bomber's a good card to have. Dare I? Well, you're not as useful right now because I don't have Meve's ability. I should take you out of the deck, actually. Ooh, Reynard. That obviously goes well with the drummer. Okay. Let's open with fire. And there it is immediately. All right. Better get busy with these summons then. Let's get any blitz cards I can to the top. Do I have any more drummers? You're not a blitz card. The War Wagon's a blitz card. Ah. Another bomber. Let's get the War Wagon to the top. So his blitz will he'll summon the War Wagon and an additional card because that's how he works. I guess I gotta end now. So here comes the War Wagon. Put him in the back row, I think, because then he'll when his guys die, they'll end up attacking. Although that might be harder for them to die if they get a boost like that. I don't know. Not the best time to have this guy, I suppose. Moving units back and forth. I don't have a benefit for attacking my own units, so I'll just go after them. At least to go into the fire. That'll be something. Okay, let's start with the next drummer. Order, move to another row. How often does he get another? Oh wait, he still has an order because I didn't. Right, never mind. Sorry, I didn't order him to move in the first place. I forgot. He got attacked, so he still can move again. And man, if only I had the thing that boosts you when you move, because I have so much moving I can do right now. All right, do I risk it? I can risk it because next turn I'll play Odo, I think. And when I play Odo, Meve will also once again help them draw something good to the top of the deck so they can double draw. Make somebody the power of the guy on their left.
If anyone asks, you've not seen me.
Guess I'll go for you. And then this is the one that's gonna get killed by the ice. Slowly. Sure. I mean... Oh, there are no blitz cards in my deck. I've drawn them all. So Meve's ability is not necessarily useful anymore. I should still use it though, because then at least these characters will be stronger after I use Meve's ability. And in fact, if I summon this guy, he'll keep making units stronger for the rest of the game. Nope. You have to. I haven't taken damage for you to boost people by? Damn. Or is it just not calculating yet? Let's wait until Meve's ability. Does this even do anything now? I guess it wouldn't. I ran out of bliss cards. Did I though? Yeah, those two were thrown out. My two are bliss. There's my other drummers. I guess I must have only have two scythemen. You know what? Fuck it. Let's find out right now. I do have another blitz card. Were you? You weren't there a second ago, were you? I thought he wasn't there. Yeah, that's the same 4 cards it said a second ago. Why does it... So it lies to me. It doesn't actually show what cards are in my deck still. Because this guy was still there. Weird. Just weird. Okay, well... Damn. Damage all units by 5. That's a problem. Ow. That's a hell of a card. Last rate, damage all units in a row by 5. A sight more horrid you've never seen. A poor soul lay shredded as the beast lapped up its blood from the ground all around. Does it say what our score was a second ago? No. I think... This row is almost full, so I must have lost a lot of points just now. Like, maybe even 40 or something. I wasn't keeping an eye on the score. Alright. You're a deploy, you're a deploy. Let's use Meve's ability. Yeah, where are all these options a moment ago? They weren't listed. Weird. Put you on top. Then we'll Odo it up. There he is.
As you command.
Play the slinger, do some attacks. You go boost him. Gotta be careful. We're at a row size of 9, so that's gonna get me in trouble. Can I get you to move? Ah, it does work. Cool. So that I can get you to boost him. Yay. Dude. Damn. That's a interesting counter. He has Biting Frost, which incentivizes me to put more people on one row so that they don't get, so I'm not splitting damage between different units. But then Lacerate attacks you for it punishes you for sharing one row. I can use Alchemy. Be +6 to go that way. You would lose 1. You'd gain 5. You'd be a tie. Not the biggest differences, unfortunately. Let's just go ahead and attack.
Oh, could murder a pint.
There we go. The leftover ooh. I missed a thing, didn't I? Multiply this unit's counter by 3 and damage a unit by that amount. Shit. Yep. His Death Wish killed me. Still, they don't really have units left, so I'm not exactly losing. But damn, there's just damage happening on both sides. This would probably be a good time actually to be able to draw the witch so that we could heal. Although she might die from the ice. Boost self by number of other units in this row and damage an enemy by the same amount. Yeah. Well, it's a decent... This is a decent... shit. No, it's not. Shit, there's not really a good one, is there? That's as good as I can do. Yep. Oh, they're catching up a little bit. I'm actually kind of in trouble. No loyalty ability. There's no loyalty abilities to trigger. Let's do it anyway. Not that I can draw them or anything. It's something. It's over. Alright, moment of truth. What's your last card gonna do? Also, that's damage. Oh, wow. It's just another wyvern. Yeah, no, he can't catch up. Hard fought, though. Damn. I continually paid for the fact that I passed the first turn, trying to get away from the fact that he just had way too much power in the first turn. Not that much regret, though. We're getting there.